I'm leaving. I've assessed the situation and I'm going.
But where? Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you'll ever listen to.
Booze, brews, and horror movie reviews. Your final bros have survived.
We are here with Brian Hot Boy LaGrasta.
Salon. And we have Shane. Yo, get off me, Smith. Hey, Paul. Oh, we have Mike the Cannibal Gypsy.
I've got a tanning bed at home. You should look into it.
And Maddie with the stick.
You ever talk about Phil Collins before you have sex?
I feel like that's something Brian's probably done, if we're being honest.
Well, I mean,
Big Genesis fan?
big Genesis fan, but he really came into his own. You all know post-Genesis, right? We are reviewing the 2000 novel adaptation American Psycho. I believe the author was Bret Easton Ellis. I think I got that right. I never read the book. Always wanted to.
But you want to.
But I mean, like, wow, American Psycho. Movie's been around for over 25 years, right? Like, it's a classic.
This movie currently, right, in this day is more relevant now than it was when it came out.
Probably. I also think this movie might be the funniest movie to ever exist.
Me and Brian have talked about this before. It's probably the funniest movie of all time.
Easily. I actually think it's got two things for me. I think it's the most rewatchable movie of all time because of how funny it is. And I think it's also the most quotable movie of all time
Yeah.
because of how funny it is.
Nearly every line in this movie is a
It's
is
a
quote.
fucking, it's a laugh riot. Like that one play you saw with fucking
Oh, Africa, brave Africa.
It's a laugh riot.
It was a laugh riot.
Dude, like, it's gonna be a lot of that this episode. It is American Psycho. We're finally getting to it. Fucking dude, the cast is like insane. Like, obviously Christian Bale, right? But then
Yeah.
you have like Justin Theroux and the casual Josh Lucas, like
for
Matt Ross, like these people that you just know.
Jared Leto.
Obviously, Jared Leto. Like,
coming straight off of Gummo, Chloe Sevigny.
it's true, and Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. Willem Dafoe.
Have we even mentioned Jared Leto?
Yeah, we did.
I just
Matt
did
said
that.
that.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Hold up, pause. Are you being serious?
I didn't hear him say it.
Is it me or is that troubling?
I didn't hear him say
I
it.
found that
There is-
very troubling. Not only that, because Brian reiterated, he's like, yeah, Jared Leto.
Didn't hear him say it.
Oh, I think I know what's going. He's doing a bit. This fucker's doing a bit.
Are you fucking bitting me right now?
You know, like Patrick Bateman, like he starts to lose names and like things get blurred. That's what you're doing right now.
Are you fucking bit biting? You're a bit biter.
Bit biting? What is that?
You're stealing the Patrick Bateman bit.
No, I truly just never heard Jared Leto's name mentioned. I must have blacked it out.
That's crazy. That's crazy work, as they say now.
Do we mention Patrick Bateman?
Wow. Yeah. We
You sound like a dolphin when you do that.
You know what it is? I just really want to put this ice cube in my mouth, but it's so big.
It's a large. What's
Brian,
bigger?
how do you get these ice cubes so big?
they're purposely made that way.
Yeah,
They're for like some
Whiskey.
cocktails. Yeah, they're really like whiskey.
You think you could fit that into the dude from Pink Flamingo's gaping asshole?
well, yeah, we talked about this on the last episode. Did you not pay attention? Where we said we could probably fit all four.
It's been reversed.
Full circle.
I just hit you with an Uno reverse card.
Yours is way worse though.
Don't know about that because I clearly was just not paying attention to Matt.
Gee, thanks.
That's a problem. Because despite the fact that he's a worker boy,
He is a worker.
he should be listened to. He has a voice.
Oh my god.
He has things to say.
Yeah,
He's worth hearing.
He is. He actually comes through with so many facts that are needed for every episode. Some would say he is the perfect producer because he comes through with facts. He knows how to hit the buttons. He knows how to turn the camera on. It's really all you need, right?
Dude, this is like, there's like, I really struggled to find the opening quote for this film, just to like be very honest, and as I'm sure you could imagine, because everything is fucking hilarious. There are things that I just like on rewatch, I heard that I'm just going to be in everyday vocabulary for me. Like this one is it? Oh, did I just start the movie over again?
Yeah.
Oh, that fucking sucks. Oh no, I just did something.
Yo, you
all-
hit Netflix.
Now you just went to a different app completely.
You hate to see it. But that one line where he calls that girl a fucking ugly bitch, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And he wants to play with her blood.
He's gonna play around with your blood.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna stab you to death and play around with your blood.
You're a big blood guy, right?
My nose used to bleed like all the time. You remember that shit?
Yeah, you're a real coke problem.
Yeah. I think one of my teachers accused me of that once.
Ah, really? Because we were in like the 7th grade.
I was bleeding in class all the time. They're like, "You doing coke, Mike?"
a lot of coke in this film though. That's for sure. The whole
Oh
movie.
my god, that's another scene where it's like, hey, can you guys be quiet? I'm trying to do drugs over here.
There's also a specific coke line. One of his friends goes, "There's not a good bathroom to do coke in."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good things to
So
say.
this fucking scene, have you seen Margot Robbie's like remake of it?
No.
It's pretty fantastic.
Like she just did it for funsies?
Not the whole like talking about like
Skin?
she does the Skin remake.
Oh, she did do the skin.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
She doesn't say she could do 1,000 crunches in a day.
I haven't watched that video in a while. I'd have to watch it again.
I'm going to have to.
1,000.
How old is Christian Bale in this?
He's got to be young as shit.
I don't know, dude.
I'll do the
He
fact check.
fucking
Maybe like 30.
He looks great.
Yeah, but he's going to lose all this weight for the machinist.
Well, that's 7 years down the road. But yeah.
And then he'll bulk up for Batman.
And then he'll lose all that weight again for the fighter.
Well, he has had to do that because I think he did Batman Begins in like 2004, 2005,
Yeah.
and then would have had to do The Machinist 2007.
He was 26.
26 in this?
So he's actually younger
Than the age
than
he says
the
he
age
is.
he says he is. That's crazy. I never would have thought that.
Me either, because I actually thought he was older.
Got a great body on him.
Wait.
Wait.
Nah, I'm getting a different. I'm getting. Okay, never mind.
Did you lie to us?
Getting 25 and 26. I'm looking for a legitimate answer.
Okay, but he is younger than the age he said he was.
Yes.
Okay. See, I listen to Matt.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, the man knows how to keep his skin very clean.
I just feel like I don't have the time to do all of this.
This shit is so iconic, this scene in general.
He's a CEO, dude. It's all about the mask, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's got to create the mask. It's all about appearances,
See,
dude.
and that's the whole
Shit, you-
premise. He's putting on the mask because in real life he wears a mask every day because there's an idea
Of a
Patrick
Patrick
Bateman,
Bateman.
but there is no Patrick Bateman.
I simply am not there.
Yeah. It's great.
Shane, you ever do an herb mint facial mask before?
No, I literally just said I don't have time for that.
I think we should all as a group do this together.
One day we should all hang out and do it.
We actually would that be the weirdest thing we've ever done if we all just got together one night to put on herb masks?
Is it any weirder than us used to hang out with our shirts off and just like dude?
I kind of like shirtless chill nights though.
You ever just dude?
What if we okay? I'm saying it now. We're having that board game night. We do board games, no shirts, facial masks.
That you want to hit all three?
Yeah.
That's a big fucking night. I mean, I'm in.
That's tight. Yeah, that's a tight plan.
Yeah. You
I
know what?
simply am not there.
You know what's really tight? The spooky bit.
Well, we're just doing it.
We're fucking doing it, baby.
Okay, well, American Psycho was released in 2000. The wealthy Patrick Bateman keeps his serial killer persona at bay among his colleagues and portrays the side of himself that loves the songs of Huey Lewis, silly and rail typeface on a bone-colored business card in a res at the New York City staple, Dorsia. Film stars Christian Bale, Justin Theroux, Josh Lucas, Bill Sage, Chloe Sevigny, Reese Witherspoon, Jared Leto,
you hear that?
Willem Dafoe, and it was directed by Mary Herron. What a film!
It's so good. Do you think Dorsia would have ever lived up to the hype?
Is Dorsey a real place?
I don't think so.
Wait, I thought Dorsia was.
Was it?
Well, doesn't Paul Allen go to Dorsia?
Shane, I'm asking in real life.
Oh, I thought you meant in the movie because the whole idea is Patrick Bateman imagines some things. That's why I thought you were asking.
Oh,
No,
I thought you were playing a bit again.
no. I thought because to be fair, you don't know what's real and what's not real because Patrick Bateman's a crazy person. But no, is Dorsia real? I don't think so. I just think it's a name they came up
Well,
with.
that's what I was assuming as well. I thought it's a fictional restaurant, right? But
Yes.
it's obviously extremely upscale.
Yes.
And I hate those restaurants because you leave fucking super hungry.
Yeah.
Like even though they showed the sample of the food, it looked like it looked nice plating, but like very, very skinny amount.
This is what the menu.
Very thin.
At one point for the dessert, there's like a dollop of whipped cream next to a very small slice of a strawberry. That plate's like probably like $75.
100%. But the idea is that it's not even about the quality, even, right? It's about the name. It's about titles.
Presentation.
About presentation. It's about appearances. Do you think that for 1 second Patrick Bateman wants to be fucking engaged to Evelyn? No.
No, he's trying to listen to the new Robert Palmer tape.
Yeah, it's
she's buzzing in his ear.
Simply irresistible. There's nothing irresistible about this bee buzzing in his ear.
Yeah. I mean, she's kind of annoying.
No. I'm going to see her side. She wants to get married. She's ready. She's ready for the next phase of life. Yep. He can't take the time off work, though.
But she's also been like rapidly cheating on him. But he's also been rapidly cheating on her. I think that's just what yuppies do.
Yeah, so he's cheating on her with Lewis Carruthers' girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she's cheating on him with Bryce.
Yes.
Who's the only interesting person Patrick knows.
That's true.
And Lewis is the biggest doofus in the business.
And that's a fact.
He's also like super gay.
It is revealed later that he is sexually attracted to Patrick Bateman.
Very
Do you
true.
blame him?
He misunderstood a strangling for a sexual encounter with the bait. This is so weird. Like they go out. This is a spas, right?
Yeah.
They're at a spas.
Yeah.
And he's on the verge of tears because he's positive they won't have a good table. But they do.
A wave comes over him.
And the relief washes over him in an awesome wave.
I love how you know this movie by heart.
No joke. This is the best movie of all time.
It really is a phenomenal movie.
We'll get to it, though.
They're clearly all just hooking up with each other. Do they all know they're just all hooking up with each other? Because it's so obvious.
So a big point of this movie is that these people are so self-involved. They don't have any idea what's going on around them.
I mean, they're all the same person, right? Like, it's just the persona of a fucking super corporate greed dude that just, like, only cares about the high life, right?
Yeah.
Like materialism and their own status and their title.
Yep. It's all about status.
It's literally just like a tableau of a person. It's like a prototype.
I fucking love this shit. Where he's...
There are a lot more foreign problems than Sri Lanka to worry about. This is obviously, you think he gives a shit about any of the stuff he's talking about? He's trying to seem important. He couldn't give a fuck. He even mentions morality for the homeless. He fucking kills a homeless person in a couple of scenes.
Very soon, yeah. And in the opening scene, one of his friends makes a Jewish remark, and he's like, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks. He's like, you don't spin a menorah, you spin a dreidel.
Like the way he emphasizes like his words is just fucking great. I mean, all of them are good though. Like they all do a really good job, but Christian Bale is just fucking on it.
Dude, he's so good in this movie. It's actually crazy.
So it just says please insert here, so we know it doesn't always say feed me stray cats.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it implied he kills this girl that he follows?
1,000%.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Isn't the next scene in the laundromat where he's...
Yes, he has the bloody sheets.
So I believe that's supposed to be her blood.
Yes. Okay. Now, do you think he actually killed her?
See, that's what we got to talk about at the end.
I mean, I think the ending kind of leaves a lot up into interpretation, and I think there's a lot of people that think different things. I mean, I don't know if you want to bust that load right now or you want to wait.
Let's edge.
Okay.
Let's goon a little bit.
That's goonery.
Save the load. And we'll release later.
Because that load is gonna be a giant.
It's gonna be a big load.
I think he killed her.
Load.
Shane can't help it.
He's a preer. You know what I mean? That's what he does.
Even right there, he just fucking preed.
What color's your pre?
Is it like real thick and white, or is it like lighter and like a bit more liquidy?
Well, I'm talking about that. I think
That's my biggest fear, though. I'm gonna be honest. Like that. Like your pre is not. It's like really, really light.
Yeah.
Like pre is normally light, but like yours is like really watered down.
Okay.
Like even more so than the norm.
Normal.
Yeah, like normal pre. It's not as thick, but yours is almost like urine-like.
That's crazy.
I didn't fucking. I don't. You're the one preying everywhere.
I don't think I have. Well, no, I'm talking about this girl. I think she was murdered because I think some of the early murders are real, and I think the later murders are imaginary.
I mean, I think it just gets blended. I do agree with overall. I do agree with you, but like I think like the reality and fantasy does get blurred at a point. And I think there is a tipping point.
Yep.
Well, he certainly doesn't blow up a fucking car with a
Handgun.
With
He
a
actually
pistol.
the way he looks at the handgun too. It's like, and
Yeah.
also like we are to believe that the ATM says "Feed me stray cats."
Yeah, it definitely does not. Say
But I
that.
think that whole last scene is not real. I think it's all in his head. Up until the phone call. I think he just has a mental breakdown walking from his apartment to the office to make the phone call. But I don't think
believe the first doorman, he pops. I think he actually probably shoots that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
because it does. He goes through another door.
Because then
Again.
because he realizes he's in the wrong place, so he probably just kills him.
Interesting. Okay. So continue.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the next scene is literally the laundromat scene.
Yes.
Where he's like trying to get the blood out, and he sees that person that he knows, and she's trying to get a date with him.
And she will not go away.
Like,
she's a pest.
He's very busy, and he's definitely gonna be busy on Saturday when she tries to schedule a plan.
I also love how he picks a date for her and then says, can't.
Yeah. He goes, next Saturday? Can't. Again, this scene is filled with quotables.
Oh, he fucking like he just talks to people in the most violent terms. Like, it's kind of nuts.
And what's on his sheets? Is it blood or is it cranberry juice?
That's 100% blood.
Cran apple.
She looks familiar.
Is she from the date that she tried to set up, but ultimately couldn't set up with Patrick Bateman because he's super busy?
I don't know, she just looks like that one girl from Mad TV.
Is she from his lunch appointment at Hugh Bear's in 15 minutes?
I think not. And I just like how he casually just like watches porn.
I actually don't think he's like watching it in terms of like he's masturbating to it. I think he just threw on porn.
Yeah, I think it's good background noise.
Yeah, I mean, it's giving him ideas though, because I think he tries to like reenact some of it.
Yeah.
Probably. And she doesn't notice because, she's usually hopped up on one or more psychiatric drugs.
Yeah, she's
Tonight,
just doing
I believe
so
it's,
much lithium.
Lithium times 7.
Yeah, it's Xanax or something.
Yeah. What is he watching? Inside Lydia's Asshole, the classic porn?
What a porn. Don't just stare at it, eat it.
They love Dorsia. Yo, it is so hard to get a res at Dorsia though. Like,
But Paul Allen could get you in.
that's the thing. He becomes super jealous of fucking Paul Allen. Because Paul Allen's the high riser, right? He's the quick riser. He got the Fisher account.
He's handling the Fisher account.
Could you fucking believe it?
Also, Paul Allen has his business card has a watermark.
Yeah, that's that butters him up. He's like, I mean, everyone else is kind of like a little jealous of it, but he's fuming. He's like fucking pissed.
That scene is so well done. The way he's like having an internal panic attack, and he drops the card slowly.
Yeah, the voiceover he does is, but the acting himself, like how he's sweating and stuff.
Yes,
it's perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's here, right? Where
Yeah.
Paul Allen brings it in.
it.
Well, this is also like a critical scene because like Paul Allen's relationship with him, like these people don't even recognize each other.
Yeah, he
like I
thinks
said,
he's someone else, like Stramus or something.
Halberstrom, right?
Halberstrom.
Marcus Halberstrom or something.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, like it's very easy, and like the whole thing is about like it's just like this is the corporate, like this is the prototype, and they all look the same, and that's why I think at some point like the names get blurred, and I know he's like losing it, but like people call even Patrick Bateman by different names.
No one knows Patrick Bateman's name other than like Bryce. Like
Bryce Van Patten,
Yeah.
they
And
know
then-
him, but
That's why when he gets questioned by the cop, he has trouble putting who and who together because he doesn't know who hangs out with who.
exactly, which ties into why he could have done the murders for real, because the wrong people think they're with the wrong people because no one knows each other's name.
yeah. Even
Cheers, Matt.
Even at the end, his lawyer has no clue who he is.
Yeah. He thinks he's Harris or something, right? Or
He thinks he's Davis.
Yeah.
Davis. That's it.
Yeah. There's also a couple of cool theories I read about that too. That like, and we'll get into the end. There's a lot of cool theories about like that the lawyer may know exactly who he is, but was bought off by his father.
Oh no, yeah. There we have.
The deep dive.
We were talking about it. We actually think a lot of things were covered up.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably, yeah. There's a lot of ways you can interpret this movie, the way that it's left.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there. But again, this scene is so fucking good.
Yeah, well, this is like the classic American Psycho scene as well. Like you mentioned, like his like daily, like his daily like routine, like getting ready.
That one's good. This is the best scene in the movie.
I agree. The scene with their visual expression and his voiceovers as they examine their business cards is wild. Like a level of detail,
close-ups on the cards. It's
his face.
Fucking face, dude.
He's apparently devoid of emotion. Like it's
but he gets tilted over a business card. Oh, even the drop is good. Oh my god, it even has a watermark.
So well done.
I believe a band. One time there was a band. I doubt they're around anymore. Called Cillian Rail, which is
it's typeface.
a type.
Yeah.
That he says here.
I thought you were gonna say watermark.
There might be a band called Watermark.
Probably is. So this is when he goes. He kills a homeless guy. He kills a homeless guy's
person.
dog.
Well, he's pissed.
He's pissed. He's got to take out his anger.
And he
on a
basically
homeless
calls
man.
this homeless person a waste of life. He's like, "Go get a job, Al."
It's like, you reek of shit. Do you know that?
You're a real piece of shit.
He's like, "Thank you so much, sir," and he just double downs on being super fucking mean to him.
Right. So first, like, you're like, oh, is he gonna help this guy out? And then he's like, Al. He's like, yeah, sorry, we have nothing in common. And then he really gets triggered when Al puts his hand on him.
Yeah, he touches him because he's got to keep a very pristine image, and he doesn't want that image getting tainted in any which way.
He can't be going around getting touched by the homeless.
He doesn't even like getting touched by the fucking whores he sleeps with.
Yeah.
Right. They're literally just a hole for him.
Don't touch the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally says that.
This is a pretty crazy scene because he like stabs the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah, and then he kicks the dog to
He
death.
stomps that dog out too.
Pretty rough.
Yeah, Caitlin wasn't happy about that.
Did she enjoy this movie?
Yeah, but she didn't like that scene.
Yeah.
Nor did she. She started that's what started her hatred of Patrick Bateman.
Wait, she doesn't like Patrick Bateman?
Well, the idea of Patrick Bateman. I mean, Patrick Bateman basically stomped out a dog. So
Yeah, but maybe the dog was a bad dog. Did we ever think of that?
yeah, sure, maybe.
Yeah, let's move on from
I don't
that
have anything
completely
in-
sick comment.
I don't have anything in common with you, Al.
Al.
What if the dog was saying anti-Semitic remarks?
Then the dog probably should just cool it.
Cool with the anti.
You absolutely see Christian Bale's bush in this scene.
Yeah, it's good Bush.
Better Bush, that one or George W?
Patrick Bateman's Bush is a classic Bush.
I tend to lean to the band Bush.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's Shane's Bush.
glycerine.
This scene is fucking amazing.
Where she has a pig and he's
some
so
reason-
disinterested in her.
Poor Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah. It's just not a right fit, you know. It's just like she's doing it for the wealth, probably.
Yeah.
Like it's just not it's not a fit.
She should have married. She should get with someone who could get her into Dorsia.
You mean Paul Allen? He's the only person I know that can consistently get in there on a Friday.
Yeah, it's true. It's so tough. I wonder if I could get into Dorsia.
Matt, did you ever look it up? Is it a real place?
Yes, it's not. It's not a real place.
It's not. Okay.
Yeah.
It's figured as much.
Yeah, I love the Cecilia. Who the fuck is Cecilia? Is this a made up person?
That's
No,
the
that's-
girl Halberstam's dating.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. I
'cause he
forgot.
thinks he's Halberstram.
He's Halberstram. Yeah, that's right.
Mistletoe alert.
Everything is so great. All right, because now he goes out to dinner with Paul Allen, and it's just a Mexican restaurant, right?
And he doesn't bring Evelyn. He's got the two. Ooh, that good old crawfish gumbo, huh?
The way they talk to this guy is fucking wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You want me to read you the specials? Not if you want to keep your kidney or spleen.
Spleen.
Does he actually say that to him? You think?
I think so. I think a lot of the times, like he says, you're right. Like it's really blurred. You really don't know for sure. Like sometimes it's covered. Like I do think he called that lady an ugly bitch, and like it just like the music was so loud. Right.
Yeah.
I do love these menus though. You know, so the Espas menu was complete like fucking tin, and this menu is like this huge wooden cutout board. Super cool. This is where he brags about Dorsey. He does not like fucking Paul Allen
To
whatsoever.
be fair, Paul Allen's kind of a cocksucker.
But Paul Allen is like everything that like he
Wants to be.
thought he was and wants to be.
Right, and Paul's not happy about this place. It's not hot. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you notice, Patrick Bateman references Trumps in this movie twice.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
car and then Ivanka at the table here.
Yeah.
Is that just because like this is supposed to be in the 80s, and like
where
Donald Trump?
is like a big yuppie type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great quote too.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I like
Great Dan Marcus.
Great tan, Marcus. Where do you tan? Salon. I've got a tanning bed at home. You should look into it. I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly
Utterly
insane?
It's fantastic, dude.
It really is.
And then another iconic scene.
Oh, when he brings whatchamacallit, it goes back to Paul Allen's.
Yeah. So they're at Paul. No, but
No, they're at.
they're at Patrick's house because he has the
Yeah.
house all set up for the.
That's right. He brings the other
Yep.
girls to his house. Yeah, he sets up the newspaper.
Yep.
Which is something that he like catches on like for some reason because he's super drunk. I guess like
Yeah.
later on because he's setting up. He's like, "Why do you have a raincoat on?" But I mean, he's too busy explaining some great fucking tunes.
It's so funny too because he's explaining the tunes and then Paul Allen's asking him a question and he's like, "No," and he just goes right back into like discussing.
Is that a raincoat? Yes, it is.
Well, what's the iconic Huey Lewis in the News song?
I forgot that. I actually forgot which song he says.
Hip to be square.
Hip to be square. You're right.
right.
I was paying attention to everything else. I forgot the iconic song.
Yeah, so something that might play with his psyche as well, you'll see it in this scene, clearly takes pills right before he kills Paul. And later in the movie, he fucking, when he's at the payphone talking to Gene, he fucking like chugs a whole bottle of pills.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think like the thing about Patrick Bateman is this is such a character study. Like he's definitely someone that is like really, really trying to understand himself, I guess, in a way. Like he just like still trying to like search and understand himself. Because he's like so devoid of like emotion.
Any emotion.
But I think that Paul Allen gives him like something he's chasing because he's like obviously is jealous of him in a way. He's like getting the accounts and he has the ability to get a Dorsey on a Friday night,
His
which we all know
apartment's-
is fucking impossible.
Yeah.
His apartment's nicer.
He got the nicer apartment and people are talking about that. It's even referenced later. Yeah, so he's obviously very methodical in the way he describes music and the way he looks. And
The way he walks in the scene too.
Is really fantastic.
he's peak right now. He's feeling himself. He knows he has control of the situation. He knows he has Paul Allen.
What is it? Does that bottle say anything?
It just said prescribed. I don't think it's like a New York pharmacy.
This trot he does right here, my God.
Him holding this ginormous fireman's axe. It's actually like fucking. You can see his reflection off of
Yeah.
it. It's so crystal clear.
Do you have a dog, chow or something?
No, Alan.
Yes, it is.
His explanation of music throughout the movie is
Yeah.
really fantastic.
Yo.
This is a great little trot. Yep, and then he just basically gives him a hey, Paul. Takes the fucking axe and just fucking wrecks him with it. I love the blood splatter on his
Yeah,
face.
it
It's
was
a
really
cool
good.
shot. It's well done.
Try getting a reservation at Dorsey now, you fucking
Stupid bastard.
bastard.
He basically drags that body down
Yes.
across the hall. It's just dripping blood everywhere.
It's why I'm not sure if he killed Paul Allen.
Do you think that would get caught on?
Well, the bloody bag being dripped across the halls, yeah.
I think he might kill him. I just think it maybe he just like
He didn't
that's
do
an
it that way.
Yeah, like maybe like that's an exaggeration. I don't know. I personally think he committed some of these murders.
Oh, definitely. I definitely think he committed some.
I think this is the one that kind of tipped him over. I really
Yeah.
do. I think like after this, he starts to like kind of blend the reality and fantasy a little bit. I think that killing Paul Allen was a big monumental kill for him for sure.
Yeah.
1000%. I think he killed Paul. I don't know if This
There's no
is
because
real?
there's a blood trail.
Yeah,
There's no way like
Yeah, I don't think that's legit. Also, because then if you look there, it looks like there's like fucking no blood in there, and I
Yes.
don't think that's a goof.
Right.
Um,
So he sees Lewis here.
yeah, stashing like this giant bag
And again,
into the back
Lewis,
of a car.
instead of realizing that, like, oh man, there's like a body-sized thing in this bag, all he cares about is the brand of bag it is.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's all status, man. It's like they really do cover that pretty well. Where'd you get that overnight bag?
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Man.
So now he goes to Paul's apartment
Yeah.
to stage it like as if Paul went on a trip somewhere.
Yes. And
Yeah.
he puts a message. Paul went to London, right? It was London. He gets that whole thing. He goes back to his office the next day, and that's when Willem Dafoe is going to start questioning him almost immediately.
I just think, yeah, I do think that this was the kill that like, gave him like the awakening to know like this is who he is as a person, and I think eventually as it leads to the end, he just can't escape that hell because it's just like he's always going to be chasing this. That's kind of like what I think about this movie.
Yeah, I
Like,
definitely
he's-
think he killed like some of the girls he's talking about.
Yeah.
He definitely killed that homeless dude.
Yes.
I mean, he's just in a state of like fucking chasing murder.
Oh, he's like manic.
He's manic, and I think that it's just like a build up to. He's got like severe OCD, right?
Yes.
Like he's clearly really careful about the way he talks and dresses and his like style of work. He does right now try to stage Paul Allen going to London, which is fucking hilarious. Because like later on you find out that like Paul Allen was in London, or like he's been at least observed in London, but like you don't really know what's true or what's not, because like I said, people are mixing up each other throughout the whole film.
Right. So it's a good way of keep blurring the lines between like, are they really seeing him? Are they not really seeing him and mix him up with someone else? Or are they just trying to cover it up?
Yeah, exactly. There's like those three options. He does treat Chloe Sevigny, his assistant, like pure dog shit.
Yeah.
Treats her like shit. And almost is like about a second or two away from killing
Murdering
her
her.
with a nail gun.
Yeah, but decides not to. Nice guy. So Willem Dafoe, he's going to start not interrogating him, but just asking him questions about the disappearance of Paul Allen. He's just trying to get basic information, and he just wants to know Patrick's whereabouts on the night. But Patrick can't pinpoint where he was the night of the disappearance. And that's going to be kind of like what goes on, and they're trying to figure out.
I also think that there's a little bit of that, but like also like because he can't, because he may have forgotten, but he also like in his mind killed Paul Allen.
Right.
So obviously like Paul Allen thinks he's Marcus Halberstrom, and Marcus Halberstrom does later on tell the detective that he was with Patrick Bateman, which is like his alibi.
Alibi, yeah.
Which is literally like, because you're right, he totally forgets at the dinner, and it's not until like, well, what did Marcus Halberstrom say he was? And then he mentioned everybody, including Patrick Bateman, was there. He literally just loses where he was. So that's also an argument against him potentially killing Paul Allen. However, I just don't think people know each other.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think he was actually with those people at
No,
night.
I don't
think
think so
that
either.
was just them not knowing who's who.
Yep.
Completely agree with that.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
now is when he's going to start picking up the strippers, the hookers.
Look, it's time that he has his fantasies, right? He needs to live those fantasies to the fullest. He's Patrick Bateman. He's going to do his 1,000 crunches a day. It's time to pick up Christy. It's time to pick up Sabrina. And basically, well, I think first is Christy, right?
Yeah, he picks up Christy. So Sabrina's the one he calls in to come to the place.
Calls the escort.
He asks for a blonde specifically, and he's like, "This is more dirty blonde." He's very disappointed by that off rip.
And he just is very honest with her.
I wonder why he chooses, like, when he talks to Christy, it's definitely not her real name. He gives her that name, and he goes, "You'll respond only to Christy."
Yeah, I guess he just wants everyone to have their own
Right.
identities he picks. He doesn't want to know anyone's name. That's why he goes, he's Paul Allen.
Keep it super impersonal.
Right, and he's, like, trying to impress these girls with what he does for work, and they don't give a shit.
Well, no, they're just fucking. They're
Yeah.
they're pros.
They're not-
They just want to go in, bang, and get their money.
They're just not in that world. They
Yeah.
don't care. Only the people that care about that stuff are the people in that fucking world.
Yeah, no one else.
And I think that's why
cares
this
about that
movie
stuff.
like is so interesting, because like even when like at the end, the big confession scene, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no one cares. It's not hip enough.
No. It's
Well, yeah,
only hip to
the-
be square.
Literally the last line of this movie is like, he goes, "This confession has meant nothing,"
Yeah.
which is true.
Because no one cares.
But yeah, this scene, he goes into his
Bag of tricks.
description of this is the Phil Collins
Yeah.
portion of it. And this is like one of the most over the top scenes in the movie.
Oh, this scene's this is just the
It's
whole thing is just fucking
crazy.
gold.
So, but this is the one where he sleeps with both of them. And then they ask if they can leave, and he's like, not yet. And he goes to his tools.
Yeah, for sure.
He brings out a hanger or something.
Yes. And then you pointed out this, and you're right. When they're leaving his apartment, the one's covered in blood.
Oh,
Well,
that's-
Sabrina's got a bloody nose.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, I think you do need to talk about the Susudio sex scene a little bit because that's the sex scene's fucking great.
right.
Is it this one or the next
Oh
one?
no,
though?
it's definitely this
Oh,
one.
it is this
definitely
one
right
with
there.
the,
The second one is the stabbing, but this one is the sex scene where he's flexing
Yeah,
while
he's-
fucking Sabrina.
Oh, it is this one. You're
And-
right.
And he
you're
has
right.
and he has Christy like bend down like on all fours and
Yes.
tell Sabrina like don't just stare at it, eat
yes,
it.
yes, we yeah. For some reason, I was thinking it was the second one. You're right. It is this one.
Yeah, he's sleeping with these girls, and the entire time he's looking at himself
Oh my god.
in the mirror.
He doesn't
while
even care.
flexing.
It's literally like you said.
He
it's
also
a
films
hole.
the whole
He
thing.
films it.
It's a hole. It's just like a thing he does just to do it.
Yeah.
He's more, I think, entertained with the fact that he probably beat the shit out of them.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's just a rush, but yeah, he's just trying to like. I guess it's like that point where he's trying to like keep the hold on his like really horrible killer urges.
Yes.
And I think it's just like at that point of Paul Allen where like it's just gonna like overwhelm him. And like to the point where like later on you'll see like he's just going around killing people like, without any remorse. Like you said, we don't know if it's real or not, but like to him, he's experiencing that.
Yes.
Like the character is just so fucking interesting, and the way it's portrayed in this movie. I'm sure the book does a very similar and more detailed job of it, but like man, the movie does a really good job, and I feel like that's really hard to shoot too.
So he films this. This is the only time you see him film anything. But later on in his confession, he talks about how he has tapes of all of it and how he makes the girls watch it.
That's true.
And then he talks about how he eats some of their brains.
Yeah, he does. He does mention that in his confession. He also, a big thing is he always returns videotapes.
Dude, I used to use that line all the time.
I have to return some videotapes.
It's classic line.
It really is.
Like it's a classic
fucking line.
excuse line.
Can't
But
use it anymore, but
no, yeah, there's not like places to bring.
Unless you go to Redbox.
that's a good point. I forgot that even still exists.
I don't think many of them are around, honestly.
Anymore, right?
Yeah.
They're even going
Took away
obsolete.
the one from ShopRite.
They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Fuck. Everything's digital now, Shano.
Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. So
Like man, he does a great job though, Shane. Like you see him like chronologing like
everything. That's
Fucking
what I'm saying.
Phil
He's
Collins.
gonna bang and he's gonna flex. The flex into the mirror and then the point into the mirror.
It's fucking fantastic.
Don't just stare at it. Eat it. Is probably one of our most quoted lines like ever.
it's a great line. The film is just greatness. It's great. Like the quotes are great.
I love how he's literally having sex with these two. And then the next scene, one of them touches the watch. And he has a big problem with
Fucking
that.
touch the watch, yeah.
Don't touch the watch. Yeah. And that's when he does his little nighttime escapades where they leave a little bloody.
I do want to see if what exactly he brings out here.
It's a coat hanger for sure.
I think it's a
one of the
hanger, yeah.
things.
What do you think he does with that thing?
Fucking.
I'll leave that up to your imagination. Like
Yeah.
I actually don't look at his fucking tools.
He grabs something else too. No. Oh.
I mean, it could be implied that he actually like does a lot of
A
things.
lot of
like
things,
like
yeah.
he's got like a whole drawer full of like violent tools.
Yeah.
She's got
definitely-
scratches
she's
on her.
crying and bleeding. And
Pays him out. They're done.
and
That's
they
it.
meet up later in the movie.
Christy comes back.
She talks about having surgery from what he
He
did
needed
there.
surgery last time.
That's so crazy.
This is me and Brian's most quoted thing to each other.
This is the fucking funniest. This might be legitimately the funniest line in the movie. And I feel like it's so casual,
It's so casual.
but it is so funny.
which line is that?
The line about Ed Gein.
I think I say Maitre D at Canal Bar.
And I think this is Bryce or Van Patten. doesn't know who Ed Gein is.
No,
and he
serial-
thinks he's a fucking
Major
Major D at Canal Bar goes, no, serial killer.
What did Ed say? And yeah, this is the Lewis scene.
Like it's just like so true, right? They don't fucking care about anything else that's not a status symbol.
Yeah.
Like Ed Gein obviously is so renowned. You know what's even interesting? He's watching a Leatherface thing at some point, right?
Yes,
With the
he
chainsaw, and Leatherface was inspired by Ed Gein.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then-
So Lewis has a new business card here.
Look at their faces. Like it's got the gold lettering.
No one likes Lewis.
I think that's Van Patten.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's it? It's Bryce, and Bryce is Justin Theroux, I think.
Yeah, it is.
We don't even fucking. I don't even know. Like,
Again, we're like the yuppies in this movie. We don't know anybody.
Anyone.
yeah. McDermott is Lucas.
Okay.
Josh Lucas.
Bryce, McDermott, and Van Patten.
Yeah. Those are the boys. Those are the yup. That's the yuppie
That's
The
crew.
Yup Boys.
Right now, you can only assume Bryce is shagging his girl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point because he's not there.
Because he goes to kill Lewis now. And this is when you find out Lewis is into Patrick Bateman and he starts kissing Patrick.
Do you think this the moment that he wanted to kill Lewis is because he ripped out the business card?
100%.
That just like ticked him off because
Yeah.
now he's got the nicest business card and they're just topping each other. Yeah, I mean,
I love how he washes his gloves after this. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's so disgusted by Lewis.
Because he also kisses his glove, right?
yeah. Yeah, he's just trying to choke him out, and he's like, Patrick. Fantastic. It's just so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has another small scene with,
Defoe.
Willem.
There's the drug scene where they're in the club.
Yeah, that's you mentioned.
Which, to be fair, it's funny, but it's not like
It's not important.
Important.
It's peak, though. He does
It-
kill a blonde.
another blonde.
that-
Oh, he kills the model. He brings the model
That's
home
the
and he kills
blonde.
her.
Is that the blonde where he has got the lock of her hair
Yes,
right here,
yes.
and
So-
then also probably puts her head in the fridge?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I took it as. So those things all happen. Then he's going to take out Chloe Savigny, and she wants to go to Dorcia.
Who doesn't? But she's like really nice. She's really like really.
She's
like,
so
eh.
nice.
Yeah.
His crossword
Meat,
is also just bone and meat.
Bones. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
So she's like clearly smitten by him.
She likes him a lot. He treats her like dog
Yeah, he
shit.
treats her like dog shit. But she's so excited that he even asked her out on a date.
Yes.
I mean, she does wear the worst clothes to work, though. I can't.
She
even
looks
lie.
good here, though.
Yeah, she looks nice here, but like her work clothes, like what the fuck was she wearing?
It's, I mean, Pat's got a point.
I mean, she's coming straight out of Ohio to the big city.
Yeah.
She's got to still do some shopping.
I was telling Caitlin, I'm actually in love with that kitchen equipment.
Like the knife set.
Did you see how nice those
high
knives were?
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he opens his fridge here, offers Jean some sorbet.
Yeah.
And then presumably the model's head from last night is next to the sorbet.
So that's probably the brains he's been eating.
Yeah. I mean, he probably stores their heads and eats their brains. You'd take Patrick Bateman for just someone that doesn't eat human brains?
It's a good point.
And then, yeah, he starts whipping out some duct tape. Jean
Yeah.
asks him, what's that for? He's like, I need it for taping
Taping.
something.
Yeah. So eventually he just grabs a nail gun and he puts the nail gun right behind her head. But then she gets lucky because Reese Witherspoon calls and leaves a message. And then she's like, oh, you two are still together. You're still with Evelyn. And then he's like, I'm afraid you have to leave.
If you stay, someone will get hurt.
Again, she doesn't even know who Ted Bundy is when he brings it up.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's like a lot of themes here. Also, just a Brian LaGrassa definitely overshot and overlooking at this. He mentions, hey, I got some tape here. Do you think he might be talking about videotaping her?
It's possible. It's possible. Could be an overshot, but it's also possible.
Could be a reach.
Could be a little bit of a reach.
Now, keep in mind, she almost puts her dirty spoon on the glass table.
Yeah, he would have killed her.
He would have killed her 1,000% if she left it there.
Yeah. No ways. He does get close. So he's going to kill her. You think there's a reason why he actually doesn't?
I think it's.
Do you think
the
it's just timing? Do you think it's just...
I also think it's the. So if the theory is like that he's on pills, right? And he has kind of stopped taking them, which has led to this psychosis. There might still be a part of him that knows what he's doing is wrong. And
Yeah.
it's like he's trying to stop. I think that's also why he does the confession later, is he knows what he's doing is wrong. And even though he enjoys it, he knows he shouldn't be doing it.
I think he's become fully aware of, like, he's becoming aware of the person. Yeah, like you said, like, that he is because of the psychosis. I also think that maybe like he just, I think maybe he doesn't think that she deserves to die.
Yes.
In this moment,
I actually think he kind of likes her, not like
Like she's
she's genuine, right?
He doesn't
like,
hate her.
Yes.
yeah, like she's like the more genuine of anybody that he's around,
And that's why he doesn't want to kill her.
He's not disgusted by her.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's asked her to do things and she's actually done them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think he remembered that he had the meeting with the cop the next day?
She reminds him of that right here.
Yeah,
coming up soon.
But do you think that he knew, like he remembered it? And
So he stopped from killing her.
Because if everyone around him disappears and the cops don't pick up on it,
I don't know. I can't believe I genuinely think it's a shred of humanity in him that like
Maybe
didn't want to do it.
I think of all the people he associates with on a daily basis, she's probably his favorite.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think it's because she's just not like, she's in that world, but she's not like,
Right.
She's like the most real, non-fake person. Like I said, I do think there's a piece of him that's like he's becoming more in touch with what he's doing.
Yes.
That he just doesn't want to kill someone that doesn't completely fit the bubble. Although, like I said, I think he does go through a mental break with this psychosis where like he does just start killing people.
Well, it's coming up very soon.
Right. Like, so he has a few friends. We've talked about them. Bryce.
Yep.
And Pat. Like, he doesn't
Yeah.
care about them, though.
No, not at all.
He just likes having somewhere to go, like, have reservations and stuff.
She also does have a genuine like likeness. Like she likes him. She likens
really
him.
likes Patrick,
so like I think there's that too. Everybody else around him doesn't like him.
She's very authentic, and he's used to being next to fake people the entire time.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts about this scene is he's asking her, like, what she sees for her future. And he's like, oh, you told me you like working with children. And then he has, like, this real subtle, disgusted look on his face.
It's so fucking funny. I do like the line where he says, "You probably should go, or I feel something really bad's gonna happen tonight."
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
nice.
if she didn't leave, even though he does like her, he would eventually have killed her.
Like, he can't control himself. Like
Yeah.
he's trying, but he's losing that ability to.
And
His
this
next-
is the last scene with...
Defoe, right? Because this
Yeah.
is where he gets off the hook.
This scene is so good. I actually wonder if he's genuinely sweating because Christian Bale is a sick actor.
He looks like a mess here.
I wonder if that's like if they did that to him or they actually just let him sweat. Because I actually do believe Christian Bale can legitimately sweat on cue.
That's
I believe it,
insane if he could sweat on cue.
I'm going to say that Christian Bale can sweat on cue.
Look at his fucking face.
He's glistening. The two of them together, just so good.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe's really good too and how he like mentions everything. But yeah, this is the big scene where like he can't place where he was, obviously with the whole Paul Allen. I think he's just extremely confused. He's off his rocker. And then he mentioned like where was Marcus Halberstrom, who was he with? And then he mentioned he was with him. And then he's like, oh, that's right. And then he can place things again.
I also think Willem Dafoe thinks it's him.
Oh, yeah.
Like a majority of the time.
He's definitely onto him.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
then, he has this alibi all of a sudden.
yes, so he can't do anything, and he's another person who just like doesn't care anymore then.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, maybe Paul went to,
London.
sightseeing, drinking.
I was gonna say I thought for sure the whole time he was just feeding him false information so that way he would agree to it, or like that he would say that he was there and then
Just to end the to end his investigation.
right, just to, because no cop, I know it's pre 9/11, but no cop usually just gives out all the information.
He's not a cop, though. I think he's a PI.
Yes.
But regardless,
Yeah.
the PI is not going to give out his personal
No.
information
Yeah.
of the person.
I don't-
And again, I know it's pre 9/11,
Yeah.
but still, regardless, that doesn't happen.
So I truly think that like Defoe called that meeting. I think he did know the alibi. I think it was a solid alibi. He can't do anything about it. But I think because he was so confused and lied previously about where he was, that I think he wanted him to probably spill out a little bit more information over a casual, somewhat casual formal dinner. But he generally could not place anything. And then I think he eventually just had to say it and gauge his reaction.
Yeah.
I think he was just trying to play his reaction and see if he said anything. I don't know. Like, that's my take on it.
It's a good take. It makes sense.
And this is just Christian Bale buying off Christy because she needs to get a surgery.
He gives her an insane amount of money here that she'll never be able to spend. So basically, he brings Christy back to the house. It's now with who's it with?
Elizabeth. He's gonna pick up Elizabeth.
They're gonna do the whole fucking whatever.
Well, it's Whitney Houston now.
Yes.
You need to talk Whitney
It's
Houston earlier.
time.
Yeah.
The thing is,
What is it? What is the thing?
this is where I think half of this might be real and half of this might be very
I mean,
fake.
look at Christy. Christy does not want any part of this. Like her face is very telling.
Yeah, she knows he's a bad news.
Yeah.
Elizabeth looks like someone that he knows, right?
Yes. I took it as that is someone she knows because she keeps talking to him like she knows him. So I think he kills both of them, right?
Well, he definitely stabs her under the sheets. Yeah, he does kill both of them. I mean,
But I don't think the chainsaw down the hall
is real.
Yeah.
I don't think that's real either.
No, because she knocks on every single door and no one comes out.
Yeah, it's impossible, right? for that.
He's also running down with a fully revved chainsaw.
Also true.
He probably just kills her in here. Honestly,
That's what
Like-
I think. I think he just kills them both in the bedroom.
Well, he definitely kills Elizabeth, stabbing her to death with a knife right under the sheets, which is a pretty gruesome scene, honestly.
Yeah, because he's originally going down on her.
Yeah, and
True.
she's someone that trusts him, right? And then Chrissy escapes. She knows exactly what this man is. She sees bodies fucking everywhere. And then you have the scene, like you said, she's slapping on, and they're in Paul Allen's apartment, right?
Yeah.
She's slapping on every door that there possibly could be in the apartment complex, and nobody is like responding to it. He chases her completely butt ass naked. Great body, by the way.
Yep.
With a chainsaw and fucking drops the chainsaw right on her back. I love the scene where he fucking bites her calf.
Can we just talk about how big that apartment is? It looks like literally they're going through like different doors, like they're Scooby.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Paul Allen's got a better apartment than Patrick Bateman.
Facts is a factual statement. This chainsaw timing is also
if
immaculate.
this is real, this is great aim by Pat.
It's just sadly it's not. There's no way this is
There,
real.
I had so many theories about this movie about like Paul Allen even being a real person, and that like Patrick Bateman was really Paul Allen the whole time, like the guy who plays Patrick Bateman. But I mean, I know that's not true. Like, there's no way I do believe that Paul Allen was real. Like, whether he died or went to London, I know is up for debate. I just think that like once Paul Allen left, he just storing bodies in his apartment.
That's why I think they cover it up, because they cover it up for Paul Allen.
So they make it, yeah. And that was my other thing. Like, I was thinking maybe like Paul Allen is just a fucking crazy murderer, and like maybe he just left because he was murdering all these people. But also, there's also the theory that like Patrick Bateman committed the murders, left him there, and that his father connected with his lawyer, told him not to speak with his son, and just clean everything up.
Yeah, there's so many
couple.
different things. Next up, Patrick Bateman's going to break up with Evelyn
Yep.
in a very just dry, like, we're done. She cries, and he could not care less, so he just gets up and leaves.
Yeah.
I mean, she should have saw this coming a million miles away. I mean, he's been pretty transparent with the fact that like he's not into it anymore.
Yeah. And now is the insanity scene where it's nighttime. He's
Going to an ATM.
He's trying to feed it stray cats. He's not supposed to feed stray cats. He shoots the old woman. The police just automatically follow him now. This is why I think the whole thing, it just all happens so rapid fire fast.
It's also kind of ridiculous, and I think they film it that way intentionally.
Yes.
Like, it's just a ridiculous scene. He like starts going into like office buildings, right? It shoots people. Well,
Blows up the cop car.
He blows up the cop car. Goes into, like I said, he fucking pops doorman. He just goes nuts.
Yeah, and then he...
But I like the scene where he does shoot the cop car. I really like, because he actually like looks at the handgun. So he's like, I could actually do all this damage.
And then he goes up into his office. He calls his lawyer.
Do you love how there's helicopters?
That's what I'm
chasing him?
saying. None of this is real. And he just confesses to everything. He confesses to every murder. He confesses to murdering Paul Allen.
But
And
I think he gets up to like 40 murders.
yes.
In this confession.
Yeah, he even says, I've killed 20 people, maybe 40. So, like, he's clearly doesn't even really know what he's done.
Yeah.
And he
After the confession,
eats
the
the
next day
brains.
is when he goes to Paul Allen's and it's been cleared out.
Yeah, I do like how they foreshadow COVID with the mask in the room.
Yes, it's great. So let's talk about it. The whole Paul Allen place has been cleared out in one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think those bodies and all that were there.
Okay.
And I think Mike said it. You said it to me, right?
Yeah, so my theory on that is this lady finds the apartment the way it was with all the dead people, and instead of having to deal with that and miss out on selling Paul Allen's apartment, she cleans it up.
Yeah. It's very possible too, because you clean it up, and I mean, also, like, if you see it with those bodies, I'm trying to think, like, what would the resale value on the apartment look
Be
like?
terrible. And you're not going to lose. They don't want to lose value on something that's a multi-million-dollar apartment.
So you,
probably.
you fucking hide it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That apartment's what, a couple million?
Definitely.
These apartments
It
in New York,
overlooks fucking like Central Park or something like that.
yeah, they're so expensive. So yeah, there's that theory. Like I said,
Now he's literally just chugged an entire bottle of pills.
I literally read somewhere where a lot of people think that, like, that was cleared out and sold to this person intentionally so that they can, not lose property value.
Yeah. I'm
And
buying him.
that's another theory for sure. That's a pretty good one. And that the lawyer actually does know who he is the whole time. I know the lawyer doesn't make it like he knows, which also is very possible. Yeah. He's called multiple different things throughout this movie, right? Like Davis, Mr. Smith at one point. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of different stuff. And then obviously Chloe Savigny in the office.
Finds his journal.
So yeah, he calls her saying he can't make it to work. He's like all manic. She goes through his planner and finds all the drawings
of the dead
he's done. Yeah. Which again, are they drawings because he actually did that, or is he imagining them?
Right. He goes to meet with his friends.
I love this. He's just like, he knows he's so fucking disheveled.
Yeah, so he tries to fix his hair real quick. And this is the last scene of the movie.
Yeah. He talks to his friends for a little bit, then he goes and talks to the lawyer. The lawyer thinks he's Davis. He's like, he tells him he thought the confession was hilarious. He's like, there is one flaw. Patrick Bateman's such a loser.
He's like, this dweeb.
This dweeb would never. And he's like, I'm Patrick Bateman.
And then he reiterates that he chopped Paul Allen up with an axe and stuff. And
I think the lawyer just doesn't know who's who. Like, the lawyer doesn't care about any of these people. He just
he knows like names.
Yeah,
he has no idea who anybody is. And instead of like trying to like represent a case, he knows he can't win.
Yeah,
like he just like fucking walks away.
Also, to go on to not knowing anyone, if he was actually in London and thought he saw Paul Allen, this movie has made note of they don't correct each other. Like, oh, if you're calling me the wrong name,
right?
They just go with it.
Yeah,
they never correct a name.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance whoever he was calling Paul Allen in London was just like, I'm Paul Allen. So
yeah, so like there's no even like that's why the information given to Willem Dafoe is completely and totally unreliable.
Because no one knows who anyone is. So
it could literally been Hobblestrom that went to fucking London and they thought it was fucking Paul Allen.
100%. Yeah. So I'm gonna say this because I guess we'll all talk about what we think now at the end. I think up until Paul Allen, everything is how we see it. I think there's a reason they show the pill bottle right before he kills Paul Allen. I think it's because that's when he starts to actually lose touch with reality, which is why I think he kills Paul Allen, but then dispose of the body in the way they show. He's definitely not dragging him through the... Right. So I think he kills these people, but not in the way he pictures it, if that makes sense. Like, I think he kills Christy and the other girl, but not by chainsawing them in the hallway.
Right.
I think there's even a chance he shoots the old woman at the ATM.
Probably.
But not like then the big cop chase and all that. I think all that is in his mind.
I mean, you could also then make the argument. I mean, you could literally make arguments and then destroy your own arguments
100%.
like really quickly. Like you can even say like maybe he does kill them, maybe he doesn't have the ability to drag them out. That's all fiction, and maybe he never stuffs the body in Paul Allen's apartments at all.
It's very possible.
I mean, I think he does, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Like the lines are blurred, and I do think after the Paul Allen kill, they do get even more so for sure. Yeah. I mean, I think mentioned all the theories for sure, but I do think a lot of the murderers are right and happened. I think there's lines that are blurred. Obviously, the whole last scene is completely fake.
Yeah.
I just think that there is a really big quote at the end of the film, where he mentions that like he's he like is in like perpetual pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I just think like his lust for, you know, scaling up that corporate ladder and appearances have just completely taken over, and I don't think he can escape it.
Yeah.
I think he knows that now. I think he
And
knows
he's
what
like
it is.
stuck in it.
Yeah, I think he's just like a perpetual fucking issue that he has to deal with.
He's the real victim. Being stuck in corporate America. So I've decided to give this movie a 10. I'm doing it. I don't do it often.
Wow, we're giving out tens.
I'm throwing out a 10
Okay.
because I've now seen this movie 20, 40 times, and it is just as enjoyable. And I think that's a testament to what a 10 is. Sometimes it's just a movie you can watch, and every time, sometimes it gets better than the last time you watched it. And the acting, everything about it, the open-endedness, I love this movie. It's a top 10 movie for me. I gave it a 10, so it makes perfect sense. So, yeah. 10. I'm throwing 10s out, baby.
This is my favorite movie ever.
Okay.
So 10. It is my most watched movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the most rewatchable movie of all time. I think it's the most quotable movie of all time.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. The fucking like the digging at yuppie culture is perfect. Christian Bale fucking knocks this movie out of the park. But it's not just him.
It's everyone.
Everybody in this movie is great. I do sort of wish it was like a little more concrete
Of what happened?
of what happened. I get the open-endedness, but I have and never will watch a movie as much as I've seen this, and I'm going to continue watching it forever.
It's a great movie.
Time's a flat circle. 10. It's a
I
movie of 10.
agree. A lot of tens, a lot of good energy in this room. Unfortunately, I am going to ruin it and give it a 9. Sorry. But
So totally fine with that.
but I do understand the tens for sure.
If you went below an 8,
Something's wrong with you.
I would probably look at you differently.
And that's fair. Because this movie is, I want to say it's almost a masterpiece. I think it is like one of the most rewatchable movies. I agree. I think it is the most quotable movie. Christian Bale is insane. I think it's almost perfect. Like, I do love how you have to, it's highly theoretical, but I think while it shines, it's like my only criticism is like, it's like almost too vague. Like, it's almost like too open-ended. It's great because like there's so many theories, but and obviously we love movies like that. It's just like sometimes it's just too open, but they nail the dialogue. Like he fucking kills it. The culture is perfect. The soundtrack is electric because it's like that cool new wave 80s soundtrack. But I think the foreplay to the kills is like something I've never seen before. It's like super brilliant. So I love this movie. I'll always watch it. It'll never get old. It literally is impossible for it to get old.
Yeah.
It's a fucking classic.
Matt, give us a number.
Just slap a number.
I would probably go. I don't like giving out tens, but I do think that this was a great movie. I really do.
So you're saying like
All
bordering 10.
Yeah, all around, it was a very good movie.
Okay.
Like I could see your criticism on the open-endedness. I just don't know if it's enough for me to drop it to a 9. So,
Okay.
That's fair.
Fair.
the cast is excellent, and Christian Bale does an excellent
He's so
job.
fucking funny, dude. He's so good in this movie.
And I've watched it twice already, and we'll probably continue watching
Yeah.
it more. When we were doing these sets of movies, I literally left this and the next one because I knew I would enjoy both.
Yeah.
Did you see this before or no?
I've seen it once.
Okay, yeah.
But I didn't see I watched it, but I didn't actually look as deep into it. The second time I actually watched it and I saw more into it, and I thought it was great.
It's pretty deep. I was actually reading a lot about like what he was doing leading up, and apparently he was like actually like on like the broker floors, like trying to like learn the character, and like just like hearing their dialogue is like kind of inspiration for him a little bit because apparently, according to Christian Bale, the stereotype is like really, really accurate from his experience spending time with stockbrokers. I don't remember the specific verbiage. I don't know if you can pull it up or you see it there that he heard from the stockbrokers, but it was pretty revealing and telling the type of people he's trying to satire. If you can't, don't worry about it. It might not even be in trivia. I was just I was literally just reading up and doing some research on it.
I had a few different trivia facts because there's a lot for this film. The single biggest cost on the film was the purchasing rights to the various songs used.
Makes sense.
Definitely believe that.
And I thought this one was interesting. So, because the various problems with the designer labels during production, Cerruti agreed to allow Christian Bale to wear their clothes, but not when the character was killing anyone. And the Rolex agreed that anyone in the film could wear the watch except Bateman, hence the famous line from the book, "Don't touch the Rolex." And then in the movie, they couldn't use Rolex, so they had to say, "Don't touch the watch."
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I also heard something about this movie. The scene where he's watching Texas Chainsaw, there's like a really loud pitch women scream in the background.
Yeah.
But people have pointed out at that point in Texas Chainsaw,
No one's
there's
screaming.
nobody screaming in that movie at that point in the movie.
So they think it's someone in his.
Somebody in the apartment.
Oh, so
Interesting.
this is what it was. So apparently, when he like went to like, he went to like apparently like trading room floors to like just get into character, and apparently he just like heard a lot of people saying that like they were saying like, oh yeah, we love Patrick Bateman, and he found that like really worrisome because of Patrick Bateman's horrible behavior in the book.
Oh.
So like they would say like they would like actually laud Patrick Bateman was like disturbing to him, and just like their behavior was worrisome. So,
And apparently, the vast majority of the dialogue in the movie is taken word for word from the novel, which is unique. Most of the time, that's not the case at all.
yeah, I mean, like apparently the novel is just like takes it to fucking a different level. I mean, I've never read it. It's just like there's little chapters dedicated to the detail
I can only imagine.
of the murder, of the dialogue, and yeah, and apparently like the author just like was talking about like the ending, and he's just like, there's really no way that the ending could really be captured. He's like, you know, the movie did a decent job. He's just like, it's just not something it's really hard to capture what he was going for.
Right. That makes sense. So
Necro.
yeah, necro talk, little necro.
I'm going to go.
I gotta go Paul Allen.
Paul
to be honest.
Allen.
I just think it's just like so memorable,
Yeah.
and it kind of sets the stage for the rest of the film.
Yeah, it's Paul.
Paul Allen, the only man who could get a reservation at Dorsia, puts you at the top. You're the top. You're the king. You're the king of the brokers. The king of Norway.
Got that
That's
Fisher account.
He's got the Fisher account. He also has the nicest business card this world has ever seen. Is his an eggshell white almost, or is that someone else's?
I mean, he might be eggshell white. I know that Bateman's bone color for sure.
because he has a watermark. Paul, he was a man of class. He just hated poor people.
Yeah. Got a tanning bed at home.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say other than like this is probably Jared Leto's best role.
Oh my god,
He's good at that.
This is an urban legend.
you are feeling it, huh?
Yeah.
So for that we're honoring you. For this an urban legend.
He's probably fresh off Requiem at this point.
Probably.
Same
and that
year.
wasn't even one of his top 3 roles because his other one's probably urban legend too. Okay, he's not in that one.
That one.
You're insane.
So American Psycho is definitely a good palate cleanse for Fucked Up February.
Definitely.
We're going to now do something we should have done years ago. We're going to review Saw 3.
It's been a while since we did Saw 2, and before Saw 2, it was a while from Saw 1.
Yeah, we're really taking the Saw train slow.
Wasn't Saw 1 the 50th episode?
Correct.
So, and this is what, 250?
252.
So it's
No,
a-
253.
Yes.
It took 200 episodes to get to the third movie.
Yes. We probably got to speed this up a little bit.
Working at a snail's pace.
On
there.
Saw, yeah. I mean, hell, we haven't done a Nightmare on Elm Street since like episode 40 now.
Jesus.
So we'll get to that. But Saw 3, we're all excited for it.
Yeah, love the Saw movies for sure.
Yeah, so with that said, we are the final podcast signing off. We will see you next week where we discuss, are the victims of Saw deservedly in these traps? Because I feel like Jeff's a good guy. Find out. We'll talk about that.
Big dumbass.
Yeah, he's pretty dumb.
He's a dumb guy, but
very dumb.
I mean, his one crime was his kid died.
His crime was his stupidity. We are the final podcast.
Wrong
New
kid
episodes every Monday. We're super excited to be done with Fucked Up February and review some classics here in March. Some of the favorites that we love so much. So please tune in every Monday. Follow us on Spotify, 5 stars for that. 5 stars, please, for iTunes. You catch us on YouTube. Subscribe there, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, Paul.